or a partly ruinous defensive wall, no longer manned by Roman soldiers or anyone else, which was gradually falling into decay, but which still stood well above ground and would have restricted access from the river into the settlement as a whole, and therefore carried on, influenced an access point.
On the find side, Alan Vince has been able to analyse the bulk pottery in an astonishing 6 months, and is coming up with adjustments to the dating of the first key on the site, known to be later than 959 AD, but how much later?
As I understand it, you've got a bank in here with timber lacing or struts inside the bank, is that right?
Yes.
And then you've got this revetment here, which had to be held back into the bank in order to stand up. Now, we've looked at the pottery from this in some detail. This is the breakdown of all of the context and the types of pottery, which we've weighed, each type separately. And it seems that there's a very sharp difference between those with the 6,000 context numbers, which are those within the bank here, and those with the 7,000 and later numbers, which seem to be all found in front of the revetment, inside this inlet there, and in front of it here on the foreshore. And the difference in date is, as far as I can see, it's as much as a century, which could mean that this material here is much closer to 1100 than 1000, which would make it a Norman bank rather than a Saxon bank, if the two go together. These are the types of pottery that we find. Well, they're not the actual sherds, but that sort of part's found in the bank.